Hello everybody, I'm Chris Provost from Provost Park Pass, and today I'm going to show you 5 absurd details you don't know about ePcOt. They have so much attention to detail here and do kinds of tricks on your mind. Let me show you the 5 most absurd details that you didn't know about ePcOt. Let's get to it. The number 5 most absurd thing that you don't know about ePcOt is the sidewalk. Did you know the sidewalk is kind of slightly tinted red? You see how it's got a little red tint to it? That was done on purpose, and the reason that was done is because of rods and cones in our eyes. Yes, it really is. Guess what color kind of contrasts with red? Green. When you have red and green together, it makes green pop more in your eyes. So the Disney Imagineers, they really wanted the vegetation to really stand out to people when they're walking around looking. So they tinted the sidewalks red, so that way, boom, you look up at the vegetation and it looks greener and more lush and lively than ever. So it pops right out. The red makes the green look greener. What? What an absurd detail. Way to go, ePcOt. Love it. Now you know why they have those red sidewalks. For real, the greenery here at ePcOt just like, bam, it like pops right out at you. Is it the whole time they're tricking me with colors? Because you know, in our eyes, we got those cones and rods and they make different colors pop and whatever. And now we find out it's all because red contrasts with green. ePcOt, you are just amazing. For the number 4 thing, absurd detail that you didn't know here at ePcOt, we've got to go into the World Showcase part. You know, where they have all the different countries represented. Particularly, we got to go to Japan. All right, so here we are in Japan, the Japanese portion of the World Showcase. And in order to understand this really cool part here, you have to understand a little bit of history. When Walt Disney World opened in 1971, we're talking about the Magic Kingdom, opened in 1971, the Japanese government sent a gift over to the Walt Disney Corporation as a way to say, hey, that is awesome. Congratulations on opening up Magic Kingdom in Florida. And they kept this amazing gift. But then when they opened up ePcOt in 1982, they knew, they're like, we have to move that particular amazing gift and showcase it in ePcOt, in the Japanese area. And that is it right there. Right here, you can see this amazing little statue. It looks, you know, just you walk by, there's no plaque, there's nothing to mark it. But this was sent over from the Japanese government to the Walt Disney Corporation as a commemorative saying, hey, congratulations on opening up Magic Kingdom. They sent this over in 1971. And then in 1982, they moved it over here and placed it right here at the entrance to the Japanese pavilion. It's a little cool thing to show. Hey, check it out. The governments actually appreciate Walt Disney. How cool is that? I think they should have a plaque there to talk about it, but they don't. I love you, Florida, but I am never gonna get used to this humidity. It's here in August. It is brutal. It's hot, hot, hot. All right, so let's get on to the 3rd most absurd fact that you didn't know about ePcOt. Did you know that ePcOt has had 5 different names since it originally opened? Yeah, 5 different names. Almost everybody's just always called ePcOt, but technically it's had 5 different names. When the park first opened in 1982, from 1982 to 1994, the official name was ePcOt Center. And ePcOt was spelled with all capital letters. ePcOt, all capitalized, Center. ePcOt stands for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. Now, if Walt Disney came here today, he probably wouldn't really recognize ePcOt because it's not even really close to his design. His design in his mind, he wanted ePcOt to be literally a town where people could come live, a city where people could live and work and have transportation. The city of tomorrow. Anyways, after Walt passed away, they kept the name, they kind of changed what ePcOt was. But the name was ePcOt Center, all capitalized. And being that it was all capitalized, that meant ePcOt was an acronym for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. But then in 1994, they changed the name to capital E, lowercase c-o-p-t, 94. Yeah, in 1994, they changed the name to ePcOt 94. Then guess what happened? The year changed, it became 1995. So what did they change the name to? Yeah, you guessed it. Capital E, lowercase p-c-o-t, 95. ePcOt 95 became the name. And I think somebody in marketing realized, like, well, this might be a bad plan because every year we're gonna have to change the name. So in 1996, they just changed the name to ePcOt, as in capital E, small p, C-O-T. ePcOt, as in a word. It didn't mean anything, it was just a word. But then, well, wait, there's more. In 2020, Disney made it official and says that ePcOt's name and branding was capital E, capital P, capital C, capital O, capital T. ePcOt. That's the official name from 2020. It really is. It's ePcOt, and it stands for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. So it is now back to being an acronym. Yeah, it had 5 different names: ePcOt Center, ePcOt 94, ePcOt 95, ePcOt, and then ePcOt. Who knew? All right, let's talk about how if you want to come down here, let's say if you've never been to Florida or to Walt Disney World, and you want to come down here to see this amazingness of ePcOt, Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, what is the best way to do that? Well, it's really simple. All you have to do is you call 1-855-GETAWAY. I'll also put a link down below. This is our partners we worked with, Getaway Today. This is who we book all our vacations. This vacation, everything we ever booked down here is through Getaway Today. If you book that and click at the link down below, you'll get the lowest prices, the absolute lowest prices. And on top of that, if you book a hotel and your tickets with them, they're gonna give you their free concierge service. What does that mean? It's amazing. You just tell them everything you want to do. You're like, I want to go eat here, I want to eat these restaurants, all these things. They will then make all the reservations for you. They're taking care of everything for you, so you don't have to worry about it. You just tell me what you want to do. And they also have free consultation services. Let's say you're thinking about going on a trip to Florida, but you don't know, you want to know about pricing, you want to know like what's available. They will sit down with you on a Zoom call or even like on a phone call, and you tell them everything you want to do. They'll give you some recommendations, and they'll give you a pricing feature and tell you the best way to go about having this amazing vacation. Click the link down below and you will get the very best prices when you come on your trips down here to Florida. Rather, if you go in here, Universal Studios, anywhere you get these tickets, it'll be the lowest tickets at Getaway Today. All right, continuing on. For the number 2 most absurd fact, we're going back into the England section of the World's Showcase. It's going into jolly old England. This is awesome. Now, when they were designing this particular section, they sent Imagineers over to England to study, to learn the culture. And the Imagineers, they went to over 300 different pubs. What is a pub? Pub's kind of like a bar. It's like on a lot of corner streets. And they went into lots of these different pubs, and they were studying the interior. They studied everything about them, to learn about them, to find everything they could know. So when they designed a pub here, that would be authentic. They also wrote down all the names of every pub they went to. At the end of the time, they looked at all 300 different pubs, and they looked at all the names, and the most common names of the pubs was either they had Rose or Crown somewhere in the pub's name. So when they came down here to Disney, they just took the 2 most common names, Rose and Crown, combined it into one, and they called it the Rose and Crown Pub. What? Yeah, amazing! Now, when you go into the Rose and Crown Pub, it's early in the morning, so it's not open right now, but when you go into Rose and Crown, you can go inside and you can order a Guinness beer or ale. I'm not exactly sure. And they have a machine in there that will make the Guinness exactly 55 degrees, because that is the preferred temperature that they drink it in England, and it's a preferred temperature that Guinness says it be served at. So they have a special machine just here to serve your Guinness at 55 degrees. You have to request it though. How cool is that? Rose and Crown, most common names of tavern and pub names in all of England. Let's combine them and make Rose and Crown. Before we get to the number 1 most absurd detail you didn't know here at ePcOt, I just want to say that, wait a minute. Have you hit that like button yet? Okay, let's continue on. I just want to say thank you so much for watching our videos. You are amazing. You are special and wonderful. I mean that. And I know that some of us are going through a hard time. We might be having a relationship problems. We might be having work problems. We might just be kind of going through it. This might be the doldrums. We're like, what is going on? We might feel unappreciated at work. If that's the case, I just want you to know that you are awesome. Don't let that dictate your value, because that's not what makes you valuable. You know what makes you valuable is you. That's right, your personality, the brightness and the goodness that you bring to this planet. And you do bring goodness to this planet. You make the world a better place. And I just want you to know that the world is better because you are in it. And I am talking to you. That's right, I'm talking to you. All right, continuing on, let's get to the most number one absurd fact here at Epcot. Oh, by the way, if you like these videos, it is hot and humid here. Whew. By the way, if you like these videos, all you have to do, if you want another video about absurd facts here at Epcot, down below, type in more Epcot. And you can spell Epcot any way you want. You can say more Epcot Center, more capital letters Epcot, whatever. If I get enough people that say more Epcot, I will do a follow-up, 5 even more absurder facts about Epcot, if you can believe it. If enough people like this video and write more Epcot, let's do this. All right, let's get on to the number one most absurd detail here, fact at Epcot. You know what is kind of interesting about this humidity? I mean, it is hot and humid. Is that Amanda and I are both like, oh, it's so hot and humid. Our little boy Miles, though, he loves it. When he comes outside, he's always like, oh, this feels so good on my skin. He just absolutely loves it. I don't know, to each their own. But yeah, it's a little hot and humid down here. Okay, for the number one most absurd fact here at Epcot, we've got to come to the land. This building right here. Once you're inside the building, you need to come down here, Living with the Land boat ride, in order to see this number one absurd fact. What is this absurd detail? Well, Disney has a tomato tree. A what? A tomato tree. It's the only one in the whole entire world. They have it. They've cultivated. It's like kind of like a vine. It's hanging down. It's a tomato tree. It's so actually, and it's made such an impact on this particular potato plant, the potato tree. Did I say potato? I meant tomato. Oh my gosh. They have a tomato tree. This one tomato tree has produced over 32,000 tomatoes on a single vine. It is very efficient, and they only have it here on this particular attraction. Let me show it to you. Now, you're gonna be able to find this tomato tree in the greenhouse section, about halfway through the attraction. I love that. Look at that hose. Makes a little Mickey Mouse. If you look carefully, you see the green lettuce and the purple lettuce. It makes a hidden Mickey. We're coming up on the tomato tree, though. There it is, guys, the tomato tree. See it? It's growing up. There's a giant right there. All the tomatoes are coming out from those vines. It's in a potted plant. It goes up. That is the only one in the entire world of a tomato tree. It's amazing feat. Way to go, tomato tree. That is amazing. It's the only one in the entire world. The tomatoes and the planter goes up has made a tomato tree. It's one of the most efficient tomato plants in the world. A tomato tree. That's absurd. Well, those are 5 absurd facts here at Epcot. I hope you like this video. Now, here's the part that I'd like to from you. A little bit I want from you after you watch this video. If you could you go ahead and like this video? It's really easy. Just go down and hit the like button. It's free. You don't have to do anything other than like it. That way, it lets me know that you like this type of content. You like more of it. And if you really feel inclined and you want to be generous, if you could also hit that subscribe button down below. We have a whole bunch of new content coming out, new videos coming out all the time. Lots of tips and tricks about Disney, Universal Studios, how to save money on vacations. If you want that, hit the subscribe button. It just goes a long way to validate that what we're doing is the right thing. You guys are enjoying this content. Lastly, I just want to tell you once again, you are amazing. Thank you so much for watching our stuff here at Provost Park Pass. I'm Chris Provost, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.